Hello guys and gals. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the historical parts of some of the warbirds that are coming out today. Specifically the ones that are coming out from Eachine, the Messerschmitt being one of the latest, and of course the Spitfire. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the history on them. So I've always been kind of surprised that people have warbirds, or sometimes really any airplane could be general aviation, and they have no knowledge of the plane at all. It looks cool, it flies good, everybody else has got one. Yeah, I fly it. But to me, there's so much more out there to learn about what you're hand tossing up in the air or you're taking off from a runway. It just means more to me when I can sit there and go, okay, I know a little bit about this particular aircraft, like this JEJ Mark 9 Spitfire. I know now that the pilot's name that basically took over the identification of this plane was Johnny Johnson. He was a vice air admiral in the Canadian Royal Canadian Air Force, and he specifically changed the letters from, I think they said in here it was AE1 or something like that, and when he became the commander, he changed it to his own personal letters, which I thought was pretty cool. So. Yeah, this plane, it came into being, I think, around 1943, something like that. Let me see if I can bring this up right quick. Yeah, February 1943. It got its first code of AE1, and then when Johnny Johnson took over the command of the aircraft in the summer of '43, he changed the name. Anyway, so it's a Mark 9, and Eachine did a pretty good job even on the camouflaging of this plane. When I looked up some of the history photographs of the plane itself, yeah, it's pretty much spot on. Of course, Johnny had the Canadian flag, what do they call it? Maple leaf, I think. It was a red maple leaf. And he had it underneath his canopy, which is not on this particular plane, but that could be easily added to the plane on both sides. And that was most of the Royal Canadian aircraft had that on there. So, but that was one of the things that I enjoy about this particular model. It represents something that has some historical value to it. Not only the pilot, but the aircraft. You can read the complete history on this very aircraft, find out when it came into service, when it left service, where it flew, and then, of course, dealing with Johnny Johnson, the pilot, pretty good history behind this guy, how he tried to get into the Royal Canadian Air Force, had some problems medically, and then during the war, of course, they were looking, at that time, now we're looking for pilots, so he was able to get in, and he becomes a really good pilot. I think he's got some injuries that he's still dealing with, some issues that are painful, but he continues to fly on. He gets quite a record, a number of kills out there, including some in this very Spitfire right here. So my thing is with this is, when you get an airplane, especially if you have younger kids in your family, or you've got younger kids in the neighborhood who come to watch you fly or whatever, if you can throw just a little bit of history in there about a specific plane, helicopter, whatever it is that you're RCing out there, I think it means a lot to people, and actually I think it'll mean a lot to you, a little bit more than just hand tossing this thing to Spitfire. So I hope that you'll take these little hints that Eachine throws out there Look at the Messerschmitt, for example. The desert model's got a few little tips on there. You can kind of research that plane and find out what the campaign was that it flew in, the area that it flew in, and almost break it down to who the pilot was. So it's there if you want to take the time to do a little bit of research when you're not flying. And that's what I'm running into right now. I've got a lot of snow outside. We're getting ready to have some more tonight. So I think I've got to get some planes with some skis on them now, so because we're going to have snow on the ground for a while. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. I really enjoy some of the channels that are out there on YouTube with RC Flying. Some of you are doing a super job out there, and I just want to say thank you for putting so many good videos out there. A lot of really good stuff coming out of England. And again, a lot of those people who produce their videos or have some historical knowledge about what they're flying. I learn stuff from them all the time when I listen to them or watch the videos. Not only on the mechanics of flying that specific model, but the history of it. Very enjoyable. So yeah, keep it up out there. But this is kind of what I wanted to throw out there is, you know, get into a little bit more of the history of it. These manufacturers are giving you little tidbits of information, little tips, and you know, kind of run with it and see what you can come up with. So anyway, y'all have a good day, and happy flying. Have a good winter, or wherever you're at in the world. Enjoy your weather out there. All right, we'll talk to you all later. Bye.